Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ivy English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Well, it's January of the new year. It's not New Year's Day, but it's a period of time when we're still getting over our New Year's Eve parties, probably, and thinking about what's going to happen for the rest of this year. Now, if you were bored or slept early or you didn't feel well for the New Year's Eve this year, we have today for you some choices that maybe you didn't even know we had here in Taiwan.
For next year.
Right. So we call it Unforgettable Ways to Celebrate New Year's Day in Taiwan.
我们的中文标题是新年追日出，陆海空任你选啊。那当然这不是英文标题的这个翻译啊。那中文的标题呢是直接把这个故事的内容、文章的内容给你做一个小小的 summary。那英文标题我们回来看一下 ，unforgettable 这个字呢很常出现，尤其是作文哈，一个 unforgettable experience 之类的哈，所以它就令人难忘的。因为 un 是否定字头 ，forget 是动词忘记，那 forgettable 是会忘记的，那加个 un 就是不会忘记的，也就是令人难忘的。那这个字还有一个要注意的就是有两个 t 啊，那这个看你怎么样去记哈，因为它很难忘，所以有两个 t 啊等等的，这样子的话就记得它有两个 t yeah.
If it's a short vowel, generally you need two t's.
哦，那因为如果说这个是个短母音的话，通常就需要两个 t yeah.
Okay, I'll read through today's article first, and then we'll go back and review it for you in English and Chinese, sentence by sentence. When it comes to ringing in the new year, Taiwan is most famous for its annual Taipei 101 New Year's Eve fireworks display. Those brave enough to venture out of the city and into nature, however, will find truly unforgettable experiences waiting for them. Here's something about land experience. Alishan in southern Taiwan is said to offer the best view of the rising sun early on January 1st. You can book a tour that includes a small-gauge, old-timey train ride along the Alishan Forest Railway. This 86-kilometer-long ride to the sunrise viewing area goes through more than 50 tunnels and across 77 wooden bridges. At the end of the ride, you will be 2,451 meters above sea level, looking out and down on a sea of clouds. The memory of the sun poking through the clouds and lighting up the sky, along with the oohs and ahs from the crowd, will remain with you forever. Now we'll look at the sea experiences. If you prefer the sea, there is plenty to do along Taiwan's east coast. Travelers to Taidong can choose from the towns of Chambing, Jialulan, or Sanshentai to greet the first sunrise of the year coming up over the Pacific. Travel a bit further north to Hualien County and, after viewing the sunrise, arrange a kayak experience, which includes equipment and even a tow for those not too comfortable in the water. And our third choice is air. If watching from the ground or on the water isn't good enough, you can also see the first sunrise from an altitude of 20,000 feet. Special flights leaving Taipei's Songsan Airport will take you to Taidong Airport. The flights are timed to catch the first sunrise of the year from the comfort of the airplane windows. The entire round trip takes only 5 hours. Taiwan offers many different venues to appreciate the New Year's first sunrise. Any one of them will leave you with an indelible memory.
So when it comes to ringing in the new year, Taiwan is most famous for its annual Taipei 101 New Year's Eve fireworks display. So why do we ring in the new year? Well, this comes from the tradition of having church bells or the town crier ringing a bell for to tell us when the hour changed. This is before everyone had clocks. And so, of course, they're going to ring all of the bells for the new year coming in because you rang all of the bells for important occasions. So we're literally ringing in the new year with a carillon of bells. Mm-hmm. And Taiwan is famous for fireworking in the new year.
What?
Don't use that word. I just made it up on the spot because we're not ringing in the new year. We're blowing things up for the new year. We're blowing things up off of our tallest building. Like, whoever thought of this, it's like the craziest and bestest thing ever. Also, don't use bestest.
OK， 好，那这个地方呢，我们看到这个 ring in the new year 哈，那 ring in 这个片语呢，它本来指的是像这个可能是19世纪或者20世纪初啊，有什么重大的事情的时候啊，可能是教堂的钟会响啊，或者是有所谓的 town crier 哈。这 town crier 不是说在那里哭的人啊，这 cry 其实他是报信的人啊，每一个镇都有一个这个类似告诉大家啊，很重大事情发生的这样的一个人，那他会摇那个铃铛，好，告诉大家啊，不得了，不得了，发生什么事情了，好，那有这样的一个传统。那后来呢 ，ring in 就表示表示 to celebrate the beginning of something 哈，通常是个 New Year 哈 ，to ring in the New Year， 这是很常见的一个片语。那有的时候你可以讲 ring in 啊，例如说这个20世纪末的时候，很多人说 ring in the new millennium， 好，那就是欢迎新的千禧年。那所以当我们谈到迎接新年的时候呢，那台湾 is most famous for 就最有名的就是怎么样？每年的 annual 是每年1年1度的台北101的这个 fireworks display 啊 ，fireworks 就是烟火 ，display 是展示啊，所以放烟火也就是烟火的展示啊，英文是讲 fireworks display。Those
brave enough to venture out of the city and into nature, however, will find truly unforgettable experiences waiting for them. So in the comfort of, well, actually, I don't see what's comfortable about standing in a crowd of 500,000 people when it's freezing.
It's not comfortable. It's awesome. There's a difference. Sometimes you go out of your comfort zone to experience something truly unique, which is standing cheek by jowl with thousands of strangers to watch a building pretend to explode.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're brave enough to leave the city and go out into nature, there are other ways to ring in the new year, many of them unforgettable.
好，所以 those brave enough 就是 those who are brave enough 啊，够勇敢的人啊，勇敢干嘛呢？勇敢到可以 venture out of the city 哈 venture 就是冒险去做一件事情，或者冒险到某一个地方去哈 to go somewhere unpleasant 哈，或者是这个exciting， 或者是甚至于 dangerous， 那叫 venture。那在这里 venture out of the city 就是离开都市哈，去探险。然后呢 into nature 进入大自然，好，所以离开那些有这个勇气离开这个都市进入大自然的人呢，他们会发现 will find truly unforgettable， 这 truly 是修饰 unforgettable， 然后呢这两个字一起修饰 experiences， 就是真的让你难忘的一些经验。那这里 experience 是指一个一个个别的经验，所以它在这里是可以数的，而且是用复数形式。好 waiting for them， 用复数形式的这个 experience 表示有各式各样不同的经验在等着他们，所以这里大家注意 experience 的用法。有的时候 experience 如果是整体经验的话，它就不会加 s， 它就是个不可数名词。
Now we have our section on land. What can we do on land in Taiwan for the new year? Well, Alishan in southern Taiwan is said to offer the best view of the rising sun early on January 1st. Okay, so if something is said to offer, it means that people say this. This is something known.
好，那 is said to 就是大家都说，也就是大家都知道是这样子。好，那 offer 就是提供，那提供 the best view of the rising sun， 就是大家可以看到上升的太阳 the rising sun， 那最好的一个角度，你可以看到最好的一个这个上升的太阳啊。那前面讲到南台湾的阿里山啊，大家都知道在这里可以，你要看上升太阳的话，在这里看最好的意思哈。offer the best view of the rising sun， 那这个当然是在1月1号早上，你如果要看太阳的话，最好的地方就在阿里山。
You can book a tour that includes a small-gauge, old-timey train ride along the Alishan Forest Railway. So in southern Taiwan, Alishan, one of the most famous mountains in Taiwan. Tour agencies have arranged a tour, and of course book a tour means that you make a reservation with the agency to take the tour. What about it? Well, it includes a small gauge. This is a term used in railroadery, in the railroad industry, to refer to the size of the track. And so we know it's not a big train, and it's not a bullet train either. Old-timey especially tells us that, it has some history, 50 years, maybe 100 years. The ride goes through the Alishan Forest Railway. It's a particular portion or part of the Alishan Forest Park.
OK, 好，所以他说 You can book a tour. 你可以去预定一个旅游的行程。Tour 就是旅游的行程 That 就是指这个 tour includes 这个旅游行程包含呢一个 small gauge 好 gauge 这个字呢它本来是指用仪器来测量某个东西啊，那它也可以指测量的仪器好，那例如说我们讲这个各位开车的话那个胎压计哈就是 a tire gauge 就是一个胎压计，但在这里这个 gauge 呢是指这个轨距哈，这铁路的那个两条轨道之间的距离好，所以 a small gauge 就是指这窄轨的铁道。那通常它如果是窄轨的话，轨距短的比较少的话，它的轨道也会比较细一点。好，那 old timey 就是有怀旧风味的哈，旧时候常常有的东西啊，所以这个等于是一个怀旧之旅啊。那这样的一个 train ride 哈 train ride 在这里就是指 a journey in a vehicle 哈，那所以你可以讲 a bus ride, a car ride, a train ride 都可以。那在这里就是你可以坐一段火车啊，它是窄轨的火车，而且很有怀旧风味的这样一个火车。Along 就是沿着怎么样？沿着阿里山森林铁路。
Honestly, this is on my to-do list for this year.
Oh, good for
Not
you.
at New Year's, though. So anyways, this 86-kilometer long ride to the sunrise viewing area goes through more than 50 tunnels. Yay, tunnels. And across 77 wooden bridges. Yay, bridges. Train rides with tunnels and bridges. It just sounds so romantic. And because it's cute and old-timey, apparently, according to the photographs on the website.
Yeah, 所以呢，这个地方我们看到他说这个有86公里长的这样的一个 ride， 这样的一次这个车程呢，到达的目的地 to 就是他要往哪里去呢？往 the sunrise viewing area， 就是观赏日出的地区啊。viewing area 就是一个可以观赏什么某个样东西的一个地区。那这样的一个 ride goes through 啊，它会经过超过50个隧道 ，and across 就是 goes across， 它会会经过77座木头的桥啊，所以 goes 在这后面接了两个介系词片语，一个是 goes through more than 50 tunnels， 然后呢 goes across 77 wooden bridges， 就是经过77座木桥。
At the end of the ride, which means we are now at the sunrise viewing area of Alishan, you will be 2,451 meters above sea level, which is a little bit better than twice the height of our Datun-san or Qixing-san here just outside of Taipei. Looking out, because you're really high up, so you have a fantastic view of the horizon. You're looking out and down on a sea of clouds. Of course, normally we look up at clouds, but here you will actually be able to look down on the tops of clouds.
OK 所以 at the end of the ride 就是到你那个火车坐到终点的时候呢，你将会在2451公尺，然后是 above sea level， 就是海平面上。好，所以各位记得海拔多少多少，或者是海平面以上多少多少，直接就这三个字 above sea level 不需要加任何的冠词。好，然后呢，你在这么高的高度，那刚刚 Bruce 老师有讲，差不多就是如果说台北的大屯站、七星山呢，差不多就是2倍高在那样的一个高度呢，你可以怎么样？你可以 looking out and down looking out 就是眺望，往外眺望 ，down 是往下看因为你蛮高的，所以你可以往外眺望，往下看，看到怎么样 ？A sea of clouds 就是我们讲的云海到阿里山看云海。
The memory of the sun poking through the clouds and lighting up the sky, along with the oohs and ahs from the crowd, will remain with you forever. Although I want to point out that the sun doesn't exactly poke through the clouds. It comes up over the clouds. The sun is a lot farther away than the clouds, too. Just mentioning to the author who is sitting with us, just in case he's a little unclear. But anyways, the sun coming up and then suddenly, boom, the sky is just alight with light. It's
Quite
worth
a view.
seeing, yeah.
Yeah. 所以 the memory of 就是某样东西的记忆。好，那它的真正的动词在这个句子最后面 will remain with you forever。好，这样的一个回忆呢，会永远跟你在一起。好 ，remain with you。换句话说，这是一个非常 unforgettable 的一个 experience 啊，一个 memory。所以这个 memory 是什么 memory 呢？他说你会这样的一个回忆到这个太阳的 poking through the clouds。poke 啊，本来是拿尖的东西去戳人家哈，但在这里呢 ，poke 在这里是有一点像探头那个感觉，好 ，to appear from behind or through something else， 这个是 poke。那通常我们讲 the sun poking through the clouds， 通常是指这个太阳躲到云的后面去，然后没多久又从云里面探出头来，这个叫做 poking through the clouds。但像刚刚 Angela 讲的，当然我们在阿里山上看到，其实应该是那个太阳是从云海里面升起来的啊。不管怎么样，都是一个很可爱的一个。或者是让人觉得很感动的一个 moment 哈，你看到太阳出现了，那同时看到这个太阳 lighting up the sky 点亮这个天空，好，那同时 along with 同时你还会有很多的 oohs and ahs 就是惊叹声啊，因为大家看到这样的美景都哇好漂亮好漂亮啊，所以各位这个地方把这个当场的情景描写得非常的生动啊。那 from the crowd 是群众发出的惊叹声，那这些东西呢 the memory will remain with you forever 啊，永远会跟你在一起。
Okay, now let's take a look at the sea or from the sea. If you prefer the sea, there is plenty to do along Taiwan's east coast. That's the Pacific coast of Taiwan.
好，所以 if you prefer the sea， 如果你比较喜欢海的话 ，there's plenty to do， 有很多可以做的事情啊。沿着怎么样，台湾的东海岸啊，有很多事情都可以做。
Travelers to Taidong can choose from the towns of Changbin, Jialulan, or Sanxiantai to greet the first sunrise of the year coming up over the Pacific. That's also that's actually more of a land-based activity than a sea-based activity.
Well, unless you're knee-deep in the water.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 所以呢，你到台东的旅客哈 ，travelers 台东可以 choose from， 你可以选择从哪里选择呢？从底下这3个地方啊，这个城镇来选择，长滨、嘉鹿兰或者三仙台。好，选择之后干嘛呢？目的是 to greet the first sunrise of the year。greet 在这里就是迎接的意思，你可以在这地方迎接这个今年的第一个日出啊。那看到这个日出怎么样的日出呢？这个日出是 coming up。over the Pacific。coming up 是指那个运动啊，从下往上升啊，那个 movement。那 over 是指位置啊，在太平洋上，所以太阳在太平洋上升起那个感觉，你可以在那边看。
Travel a bit further north to Hualien County. From Taidong in the southeast of Taiwan, we go north, and in the middle of Taiwan on the east coast is Hualien County. And after viewing the sunrise, there's still something more to do than looking at the sunrise over the Pacific. You could arrange a kayak experience, taking a kayak. Now you would be in the water, which includes equipment and even a tow for those not too comfortable in the water. Here, a tow will be a boat that is pulling your kayak. If you are not very good at balancing a kayak, or if it's a completely new experience to you, you might feel safer and go much faster than if you go out in your kayak alone or with one other person.
好，所以这地方讲 travel a bit further north， 再往北去一点到花莲啊。那这个 further 可以指距离，也可以指程度哈。在这里的话，距离程度都讲得通哈。那这里也可以说 a bit farther 哈 ，farther， 那通常它是比较指距离。好，所以你再往北走一点到花莲啊，花莲县啊。然后呢，在看完日出之后 ，after viewing the sunrise， 你可以 arrange， 你可以安排一个 a kayak， 就是独木舟的 experience 啊，可以去体验一下 独木舟。那 which 就是这样，你如果去体验独木舟的话呢，这个整个体验包括了什么？包括了 equipment， 包括了这个独木舟的这种它的一些各种装备，你可能以前都没有体验过。同时你也可以怎么样？甚至于你可以体验一个 a tow， 就是拖啊，就动力的拖曳啊。For those who are not too comfortable in the water 啊，对于那些在水里面不是那么觉得轻松的人哈，有的人可能怕水，简单来说就是怕水，或者是在水里面这个会很紧张的人呢，那我们有动力拖曳，拖着你的独木舟走啊，所以安全上没有问题。
And then we have the air. If watching from the ground or on the water isn't good enough, you can also see the first sunrise from an altitude of 20,000 feet, which means you're going to see the sunrise earlier than the rest of us on the ground.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you can see the sunrise from an altitude of. An altitude means how high you are off the ground.
好，所以呢，如果从地面看啊，或者在水上看啊 ，from the ground or on the water isn't good enough， 你都觉得不过瘾，那你也可以怎么样？从哪里看呢？从一个2万尺的高度来看啊 ，from an altitude of 20,000 feet。好，这个 altitude 指的是高度啊，那个 L 很高嘛，所以 altitude 你这样去联想。
Special flights leaving Taipei's Songsan Airport will take you to Taidong Airport, as you probably already know.
好，所以 special flights 就是特别的航班，从台北松山机场离开 will take you to， 它会带你到台东的机场。
The flights are timed to catch the first sunrise of the year. If something is timed to do something, it means you schedule it in such a way that you don't miss the opportunity. So it's timed to catch. We're scheduling it so that we can actually see the first sunrise of the year from the comfort of the airplane windows. So you can just sit in your airplane seat and watch the sunrise happen. However, if everyone rushes to the same side of the plane, does the plane tip? I'm joking.
啊，所以呢，这些班机航班呢 are timed to， 就是把时间算好了，目的是要干嘛啊？这个目的就是 to 后面的那个接的动词，所以航班时间都算好了，可以怎么样 catch the first sunrise of the year。 catch 在这里是赶上的意思，好，所以时间算好了，你可以赶上去看到这个今年的第一个日出。从哪里看呢？ From the comfort of， 这种用法英文里面讲 from the comfort of 什么什么，中文英文是用名词的形式，但是它相当于中文的舒适地的意思，是相当于中文的副词啊，所以它当我们讲 from the comfort of the airplane windows， 就是你可以舒舒服服的透过飞机的窗户来看这个日出。
The entire round trip takes only 5 hours. So from Taipei, you fly to Taidong, maybe you have breakfast there, and then you fly back.From beginning to end, round trip, 5 hours.
好 ，round trip 就是来回，所以整个来回会花你5个小时的时间 ，takes only 5 hours， 只要5个小时。
Taiwan offers many different venues to appreciate the New Year's first sunrise. A venue is a place where an activity can happen.
Yeah， 就是一个场所，一个地点。所以台湾提供了很多不同的场所或地点，让你能够 appreciate， 让你能够欣赏新年的第一个日出。
Any one of them will leave you with an indelible memory. Just like we had unforgettable in the title, indelible means you can't get rid of it. You can't wipe it out.
You can't erase it.
Thank you, erase.
Yeah, 那 in 就是否定字头，那 delible 这个字其实跟英文另外一个动词一模一样，就 delete 哈 ，D-E-L-E-T-E 哈，所以这个 indelible 其实从跟这个 delete 是同一个字哈，所以没有办法 delete 就 cancel 的意思哈，所以没有办法这个消除的，没有办法 cancel 的一个 memory。Okay,
we have some questions here for you quickly. Number 1 is, 3 people are discussing what to do to celebrate the new year.According to their chat, which of the following would they most likely book?
有3个人正在讨论要做什么来庆祝新年。根据他们的对话，他们最可能预定下列何者？
And the answer is D, the 2021 First Dawn Flight, Taipei to Taidong.
好，答案是 D, 2021年第一道曙光班机，好，台北到台东。
Number 2, where would this passage most likely be found?
本文最可能在哪里被找到呢？
The answer is B, in a travel brochure featuring Taiwan.
答案是 B 在一本以台湾为主轴的旅行手册。
And number 3, what does the phrase oohs and ahs at the end of the second paragraph refer to?
第二段结尾的片语 oohs and ahs 指的是什么呢？
The answer is C, the sounds of enjoyment from a crowd.
答案是 C 人群发出的赞叹声。
Number 4. Which of the following is not mentioned in the passage?
本文没有提到底下哪一个呢？
The answer is B. The prices and fees of selected tourist outings.
答案是 B 精选旅游行程的价格跟费用。
That's it for today's lesson. Join us anytime here on Ivy English. We're here for you.